Hello there, LIBRA here with the October 2020 horoscope for you. I'm happy actually looking at your chart. I'm going to animate it so you can see exactly what's going on here. Straight away you'll see the full moon taking place here in the 7th house of your horoscope with a retrograde Mars. Mars is the ruler of your marital affairs, and so this is a very important first 2 or 3 days of the month while that full moon is shining its way through there with that retrograde Mars. You might be feeling your partner's pulling back a little bit, having to do some soul searching in this early part of the month. The full moon for them is particularly important. The moon then moves on the 4th into that 8th house, the house of sensuality and intimacy and also shared resources. If you're dealing with money issues, there could be some problems associated with that. Nevertheless, I think it's important to point out the 3 important planets that have been really hammering you over the last few months have been these retrograde Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter in your 4th house. 4th house is your domestic sphere. 4th house is your internal self-satisfaction. So it's nice to know that, pardon me, these planets are now moving forward. They still have some time to work through this area, but at least the retrogression shows that much of your reappraisal on the domestic front has been completed. Now it's time to move forward. Just when you think you're over all the retrograde stuff in the chart, keep your eye here on Mercury. Around the 14th, it's going to go stationary. 15th, pardon me, it's going to go retrograde in the finance sector. And that's not a particularly good aspect. You have to be extremely careful because Mercury for you rules this sign of Virgo and also the sign of Gemini. Virgo for you is the 12th house of expenses. Notice your ruler there transiting this part of the heavens. Virgo is its weakest position. Some of what I'm saying here is triggered on the 14th, stationary Mercury and the moon making connection. A very dark moon as well. And the moon for you is ruling your career. So expenses on professional needs, education, because Mercury is also dominating this 9th house of your horoscope. And you see here the karmic point as well, showing us that some important life decisions will take place. That's also highlighted by the fact that on the 17th, this new moon here, do you see it here taking place? I'm getting attacked by bugs. This new moon in your sun sign is an important one for redefining who you are. That's also to a large extent shown by the retrogression of Mars, even though that rules your marital partnerships and your finances, because it's casting an influence on your sun sign. It's going to colour the quality of your Libran sun, depending on when you're born. So here we see it. The retrograde planets are empowered. We see here the retrograde Mercury, a rethink over your finances. There may be some legal connotation with that, red tape tied up, some meetings that need to take place over this aspect of your life. Now, on the 23rd, 24th, there's also another important transit, which you see here by the sun moving into this 2nd house of finance, further giving weight to this area of your life. All I'd say is that don't waste too much energy worrying or arguing with your partner. Just give them the space that they need while Mars is in that retrograde motion, and bring your attention fully here to reappraising what you need to do financially to fix things. And that's going to be a month-long transit of the sun here. The sun, if you take a look, is strongly dominating your profitable sector, the 11th house. So that shows when the sun moves into this area, better opportunities for you in terms of your finances. 11-2, when there's a combination here, that's good. When there's a 12-2 combination with Mercury, see that they're moving into your sun sign as well. There's a small window of opportunity there, 28, 29, 30, 31, to carpe diem, seize the day. Do what you have to, even though you've still got that Mercury retrograde. I think you can achieve some positive outcome, even though it's only a few days. that's the time to make your move. There we also see that that's supported by the aspect of the, again, it's almost another full moon there. That's going to happen in November, so we won't jump the gun there. But here we see that almost full moon is again making an impact on Mars relationships. That could be business partnerships at that time. You notice that retrograde Mercury shows not only a reappraisal of the person, but maybe agreements that you've had with them. If this is not a written agreement, it could be a verbal agreement or an understanding you have in your partnerships, there could be a ratification on that front. So, very interesting month, some big developments for you. I hope you'll pop on over there to astrology.com.au. There's a lot of stuff going on there. We've just revamped the shop. Never-ending job, but we do that to give you a bit more insight, monthly, daily, yearly, and daily, monthly, yearly, and weekly readings there for you right now. Subscribe, don't forget that, and drop me a line if you need some personalised attention. Sometimes these are very broad-based readings. We can get more detail in a face-to-face reading, and I do look forward to that. And I also look forward to seeing you next month. Stay safe. Bye-bye.